Dear students, till now for an LTI system we have learnt the time domain analysis. See, time domain analysis is with respect to your convolution sum and convolution integral. These two methods are for time domain analysis. In the time domain analysis, what we did, a impulse response of the system was given. Using the impulse response and for an arbitrary input, we used to find the output of an LTI system. That means LTI system can be completely characterized by its impulse response. So now we will study a different representation for a signal and a system. See, what is that representation? That is your frequency domain analysis. So the difference between these two is, say in the time domain analysis, whatever the signal you take, so you will learn the behavior of the signal with respect to time. In frequency domain analysis, what we do, whatever the behavior of the signal, okay, can be observed with respect to frequency. See, in the frequency domain analysis, you should note that your x-axis will be now the frequency. So here in the time domain analysis, what we used to do, so if your input signal was x of t or x of n based on analog or digital, you used to represent it as a weighted superposition of time shifted impulses. Okay, so using the impulses, we used to calculate the output using your convolution sum or integral. So in the frequency domain analysis, what you will do, so if I have a input x of t for analog, x of n for digital, then here the input is now represented as a weighted superposition of complex sinusoids. See here, representing a signal as a weighted superposition of complex sinusoids, okay, you can do the frequency domain analysis. If such a signal is applied to LTI system, then the system output is weighted superposition of system output to each complex sinusoids. So the representation of signals and system using complex sinusoids is called Fourier representations. So why the name Fourier? After the person who invented or discovered this theory. So Joseph Fourier, for his contributions to the theory of Fouriers. So this is nothing but frequency domain analysis. In the time domain, we used to represent it as weighted superposition of time shifted impulses, and output were the response of weighted superposition of impulse responses. Okay, but here input is represented as weighted superposition of complex sinusoids. So the output is weighted superposition of system output to each complex sinusoids. See, Fourier series can be learnt in, okay, or the Fourier analysis here. Okay, directly first I will say the Fourier analysis. So it depends on the continuous time signal or a discrete time signal. See, continuous time signal or continuous time system, discrete time signal or discrete time system. In the time domain analysis, we have learned two important properties, that is the periodic signals and the non-periodic or aperiodic signals. See, your Fourier analysis for an discrete or continuous time system can be done using the property periodic and non-periodic nature. So if I take a continuous time signal, periodic property, that is periodic continuous time signal means, then that study we call it as just the Fourier series, or it is also called as continuous time Fourier series. Okay, and if it is a discrete time periodic signal means it is discrete time Fourier series. Okay, so CT, FS, DT, FS. Always remember, for periodic we will calculate always this series. Okay, periodic for series. So if it is a continuous time signal, continuous time Fourier series. If it is a discrete time signal, okay, it is discrete time Fourier series. Now if it is a non-periodic signal, then it is a continuous time Fourier transform. Okay, always remember, transforms are for only aperiodic or non-periodic signals. So next, discrete time Fourier transform, DT, FT. So transforms are used for non-periodic signals, periodic signal and series will be used for periodic signals. If you remember this concept, then you won't get confused with what is CTFS, DTFS, CTFT or DTFT. Okay, and in many textbooks the continuous time Fourier series and continuous time Fourier transforms are just called as Fourier series or Fourier transforms. This represent analog, but for discrete time they call it as discrete time Fourier series, discrete time Fourier transform. So coming to your syllabus, see in the module 3 you have only Fourier representation of periodic signals, that too only CTFS. CTFS properties and basic problems. And in module 4 you will learn about the Fourier representation of a periodic signal. That is, you will learn the Fourier transform and DTFT. Its basic definition and basic problems and properties of Fourier transforms. You will learn only the properties for the continuous time Fourier transform. That means in module 3 we will learn only CTFS, that is CTFS is there, and in module 4 we will learn these both definitions, okay, and the basic problems, and properties is only for your Fourier transforms. You should learn the properties and the proof for that. So this is the overview of your module 3 and 4. So here I am taking the complete Fourier analysis together and I am doing your lecture sessions. Thank you.